sweetie, I'm gonna get started on your reading. I just want to let you know ahead of time I'm gonna breeze through this really fast. I need to get my son Jude in about 30 minutes from school, so if you need to, go ahead and grab a pen and paper before you get started. Obviously you could pause the video, and but if you take notes it might be easier. It's just up to you. I did a really long spread for you. I really don't know you or what's going on in your life, and Jeff really hasn't told me much, so I wanted to do a longer reading to kind of get more information and that sort of thing. So yeah, I did the Celtic Cross. It's a 10-card spread. Excuse me. It's a 10-card spread. And then I did 2 clarification cards at the end. Clarification cards, I just like to do them because it's an added bonus for you guys, and it kind of touches base on stuff that I might have missed and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to get started. Hopefully I could get this done before I need to head out. Let's see. So what I like to do, I lay the cards out, I get my gut feeling, gut instincts or whatever, and then I go through my tarot books and actually get the actual meaning from it. And then what I do is make a list, Mod Podge list of kind of combine the two, and I use it for my readings to kind of keep in order and keep track of what I was getting during the reading, since I'm not doing it live. So that's how I do it. If I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. Excuse me. So the question that I asked the cards and Spirit was what you're going through, who this person is it love, romantic, is it past relationships, or it's a current relationship struggling, and then I asked a general question. I left it open to see if there was anything else that the cards wanted to tell me, and it's pretty interesting. So let me know if any of this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, I am fully giving you back your tip. So thank you for that. But if it doesn't make sense, I'm giving it back to you. I'm not going to take your money if you don't get anything from this reading. So yeah, I'm going to get started. The first card that I pulled for you, it represents the present or immediate issues at hand, immediate influences. And the card that I pulled for you, it's funny because when I was shuffling the deck, I immediately pictured this card in my head. So it's funny that it came up. So the card that I pulled for you is the Tower. Pretty crazy. So I was thinking about this card before I even pulled it. So what this card means, it looks like a destructive card. Like the tower is being blown apart, people are falling out, torn apart, taken away from familiar, confusion, home unsteady, uncertainty, breaking down old restrictive structures, changing habits, and the lightning strike. If you see a lightning strike, a lightning is actually hitting that. So what that lightning is actually doing, it's clearing the path for more beneficial things to come into your life. When I saw this card, I immediately felt like you had a major change in your life, like completely, like chaos kind of picked up and literally moved, like different change, like a huge change happened. It talks about transformation, destruction. In order for new, healthier way of life, old blockages need to be cleared. Inspiration, emotional restraint, limitations, pride, breaking down existing forms to start new ones. Starting over, starting a new life. So I don't know if you moved from somewhere far away, but I kept picturing you getting on like either a train, a bus, a plane. I don't know where you're from, but I immediately felt like you got up and left, and it's to start something new, something fresh, something different that you're used to. And it felt like a lot of chaos, like confusion. Where are you gonna go? What's it gonna be like? And that's what this card made me feel like. It talks about challenges, struggles, new possibilities. So this isn't always a negative card. Usually in a reading, I think of it more of like a butterfly learning to spread its wings, basically. It's a transformation. It's something new, and something new is always kind of tricky, and it's a challenge to kind of adjust. And that's what I got from this card, that it was a major adjustment for you, that you weren't really comfortable in the beginning, and now you're kind of going with it. I don't really know. So the next card that I pulled for you is immediate influences, obstacles, influences, and the card that I got for you is the Strength card. So this card represents courage, self-discipline, fortitude, determination, endurance. Putting aside one thing to gain another, control or lack of control over situation. I don't know if you were kind of forced into the situation, that you were forced to move, because that other card kind of spoke to me and made me feel like you had to move. And this card tells me that it wasn't really your, like, you had some decision in it, but it was more like there was a lot of pressure on you to actually do this. I don't know if any of that makes sense to you, but that's the kind of emotions that I felt looking at the reading, is like, yeah, like, I could have stayed here, but like, someone or something is calling me to do something else. And that's the emotions that kind of came up with this card. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, so strength, energy, wrestling negative forces. So this could be either inner struggles or outside influences. And I know you showed me a picture of this gentleman, Nicholas. I don't know if he's an ex, or maybe you're trying to work it out and it's like a long distance kind of thing. But the question came up is, if, not that he's cheating, but how can you guys make it work if it's that? Long distance relationships are hard, period, but there's those inner urges. We are human, and we have these urges to seek affection and that sort of thing. And that's one of the cards. This card talks about self-discipline and giving up one thing for a better good, but it's like it still has that urge, that animal mentality that you need to pretty much get some. And I don't know if that's a concern with this guy that you wanted me to do the reading for, but it came up with this card. Emotional fortitude. So having the emotional strength to kind of get through this, that's what you're kind of like struggling with right now. Urges, personal courage and discipline to reach goals, bravery, restraint, ambition. So I feel like you moved to start over, and this other person is kind of left on the other side of the world practically, and like you have to, like, you're trying to balance this new life with this other person, and it's becoming a struggle, basically. Yeah, I might come back to this card. Okay, so the next card is goals, destiny, what to expect, hopes, fears about the future. So the card that I got for you for that is the Chariot. So if you could see, usually there's horses leading this chariot, but it looks like is that sphinxes? I don't know. Well, usually it's horses leading this person riding the chariot, and they're pulling in two different ways, and the rider just wants to steer straight, right? But his horses, one wants to go to the right, one wants to go to the left. And to me, when I saw this card, it felt like you're being literally pulled in two different directions. One, you wanted to stay where you were, and two, there's a great opportunity where you went, right? So the thing is, you have to find a balance. This person is balancing those two forces. Triumph over difficulty, struggles and battles, positive outcome. There's two forces being pulled in two different directions, both strong and valid, but opposite in desires. Balancing opposites, conflicts, inner and external. Need to gain control and steer straight ahead. Compromises might be necessary. So the Chariot is a very passionate card. So it's high energy, very passionate. You have a passion for success, and then you have a passion for loving this person, and you're kind of caught in between the two. You don't know what to do. Need to gain sense of calm and balance to create stability. So my mom and I have this thing, whenever shit kind of goes crazy and you're struggling with what to do, or if you are struggling with like, oh my god, there's so much going on, I'm stressing out, we have this saying, it's only temporary. So if you, I'm just going off the cards and my gut feeling about what I got. I don't know if any of this is true, if you've moved or what have you, but if that is the case, then you're still struggling to be with this person, then you have to think of not just what's happening today. If you really want to be with this person, then you have to remind yourself and him that it's only temporary, that this situation is not going to be like what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, basically, that you came here to succeed and make better for your life, and in the long run, it's not something that's permanent, basically, that everything in life is temporary and it can be changed within a heartbeat. Like, you could change your mind and go back, basically, or you could make steps to buy a house together, or whatever, right? So everything in life is temporary, and you have to find that medium balance to kind of fix these struggles that you're going through. Crap, I got like 15 minutes until I need to go. Okay, so let's see what the next card is. Distant past, personal history, how the situation came about. The card that I pulled for you is the Five of Cups. Okay, so this is a really sad card. What if you can see, like, this guy is focused on all these overturned cups, and he's not really noticing that there is light and a beautiful castle and more full cups in the background. He's only focused on the negative. So it talks about regret over past actions, sorrow, something's lost, but something else remains intact. So the cups and water, they're usually emotions or strong feelings. So I don't know if you guys broke up. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are still together or if you guys are broken up. The cups being overturned represent something lost. But if you see that, like, again, the cups over here, there's more left. There's still hope. It's not all lost. The person is just too focused on what's lost to focus on what's left, right? I think I already said that. I'm trying to read my notes after I've already done it. I already said it. Okay, so this is a natural human habit to kind of focus on the negative and not think of the positive, or trying to think positively and set more goals and that sort of thing. So that's a natural habit, that if something shitty just happened, you gloom, right? You fester all this negativity. Oh crap, I moved and I miss all my friends, I miss my family, and all this negative stuff. You're not focused on what is the positive, right? You're too focused on the negative to think, okay, well, I'm meeting all these great people, I got a great job, and that sort of thing. So that's what this card represents. Let's see. There's a way to overcome these obstacles, sadness and grief, but hopes. There's something salvageable. may come from an okay, something, it can become salvageable from an upsetting situation. So like I said, like, you got to turn your perspective around. And that's the obstacle. It's hard to kind of break away from that negativity and continue to work towards this goal that you originally set for yourself, right? It's hard. Like, you made a big choice to do something different, and it's hard to break that mindset. Card points to difficulties, but can be fixable. God, I have like 6 cards left, and I have to go get June. So I have a pause button. It's probably only going to look like a little click, but if I have to, I'm going to pause this video and come back. Hopefully my computer doesn't freak out and I don't have to record this whole thing over again. Okay, so the next card that I pulled for you, recent past events, actions, or behavior that affects the situation. This could be attitudes. Now, attitudes could be your attitude, or it could be the attitude of others. It just depends. The card that I got for you is the 6 of Rods. Public acclaim, success. I don't know if you got a promotion at work. I know you work at Trader Joe's, but I don't know if you stepped up the ladder, but that comes up in this. Opportunity for advancement, support of achievements, recognized by a group. Progress and achievement brings up promotion again. Feelings of fulfillment, satisfaction, and award for deserved success. So, recent past events, actions. So, did you get a promotion? Because it's talking about that. So that's going to bring up your morale and kind of make this whole thing worth it, that you made this big life-changing decision, and it kind of puts you back in that mind frame. Oh yeah, I am doing this for a reason. Like, I'm not just throwing my life away over here. Like, I'm actually doing something with my life. And anytime that you feel that negativity coming up where you regret, that other card, the 5 of Cups, talks about regretting this decision. And looking back, you come to this card and you just have to think of all the good that's coming out of this situation. Stop focusing on the negative, that yeah, you left this person behind, but there's great opportunity. And I'm a firm believer that my family and my friends and my health come first before anything, before money, before a job, before anything else. So I'm not saying that that's not important, that you shouldn't focus on this other person, Nick, but to kind of help you through this situation, life throws curveballs, and nothing is permanent. And if you are going to be focusing on the negative, that you're not going to work towards the future. Basically, it's creating a blockage, and you need to think of the positive, and that's what that card was saying. Okay, so the next card represents future influences, including other people entering the situation, short-term changes. And the card that I pulled for you is the Queen of Rods, or Queen of Wands. They're both the same. Warm-hearted, capable person who blends or combines business and home life. Proud, confident woman, strength. And I don't know if you could see in this picture, but this cat represents dedication to family life. And the throne, she's actually sitting on a pretty throne. Some decks it's prettier, but this one, it's like bleh. But the throne represents commitment to power or work or money. This person is versatile, energetic figure, capable of doing a number of different tasks. You're a huge multitasker is what I'm getting, that you are able to combine these two things and function healthy. Basically, that's what this card is saying. Queen of Hearth and Home. Family is very important, comes first. might indicate someone with this positive energy coming into your life that has a great influence on you, that will change your perspective. That that's what this in the spread, future influences including other people entering your situation, short-term changes. So this card is telling me that either someone or something is going to kind of change your perspective on your situation. That's going to make you more positive and kind of realize, oh yeah, I am capable of doing this, and I am capable of kind of combining the two and kind of change your outlook. Okay, so the next card is going to represent this is going to be about you. Feelings about present situation may reveal course of action. The card that I pulled for you is the Lovers. So, trials, options linked to relationships. In the common image, usually there's a guy standing, or there's a guy and there's two women, and he's standing in between the two women, but it doesn't show that in this deck. What that represents is having to make a choice between the two of them. Dilemma of separation, you being separated from Nick. Love is blind. There's consequences in each choice. Encourage you to consider your options and prepare to make a decision. Need to be well informed. Consider the consequences. The decision will have a great personal relevance. Take care and time to make your decision. So you were kind of put in this situation where you've had to make a choice. Either your love or... See, I don't know if you've moved, but if you have moved, why? So you have to consider the options or the pros and cons and that sort of thing. And that's you feel torn is what I'm trying to get at. Is like you've had to make this hard life-changing decision, and you're kind of torn, and yeah, so for a course of action, you gotta outweigh the pros and cons and make what did it say? A well-informed decision. So if you have to consider the consequences. Each way has its ups and downs, right? So yeah. The next card that I pulled for you is environmental factors. People outside factors may affect outcome. Also represents your relationship with other people and how much control you have over the outcome. And the card that I pulled for you is the Magician. Opportunity, initiative, interesting prospects, new ventures, feelings and intuition, thought, sensation. Availability of options offers enthusiasm to follow hunches. This is the time for full opportunity, choice of direction. You were given a great opportunity to better your life. I don't know. Were you given this opportunity to kind of change your lifestyle? Maybe you weren't doing so great somewhere and now you changed and now it's a better opportunity that comes up. And you should embrace it. And instead of fighting it or holding on to things, just embrace it. It prevents, if you keep holding on to this negativity, it's going to prevent future growth, basically. Yeah, so that's what I got from that. So I'm going to have, I think that there's a lot going on that I don't really know you personally, but it feels like you made this choice to do something and it's kind of tearing you apart, and you feel like you regret it, but you have to realize that there was a reason for it, and you have to remind yourself why you did this. The next card is going to represent inner emotions, fears, troubles, secret wishes, hidden desires, upcoming changes. The 10 of Pentacles. Stable foundations laid down for future generations. Family continuity of generations. Material comfort and traditional values. So if you see, there's a dog right here in the man's lap. The dog represents loyalty, And then putting down roots, that could be buying property or an inheritance. So the word inheritance came up, and I didn't know if you came here because a loved one was sick or they were dying or something, and you had to make that choice where you had to be here to kind of take care of family and take care of your life, basically, or take care of somebody's life. And the word inheritance comes up, and I think it comes up in the next two cards. But I don't know if you're going to be coming into more money and that sort of thing, but that came up. Taking care of someone else, passing down benefits, that could be material, emotional, genetic, could be money, from one generation to the next, something concrete. So if this is going to be your inner emotions and you are ready to, it feels like you're ready to kind of buy a house, settle down, have kids, and that sort of thing. And when you do that, it sets a concrete life that you are pretty much an adult now, and you're ready to have a family and literally plant your roots somewhere and not have to move and not have to struggle. And that feels like your inner emotions, that you're struggling with this because this person, I don't know where he is, but it feels like he's a million miles away and you want to be with him. And I don't know if he's fully committed to the situation because cheating came up earlier, but it feels like there's a conflict with that. But this card tells me that that's what you overall want, that you've been working towards this goal and you're ready to kind of succeed in life. And yeah. So I have one more card and then the clarification cards. I think I have enough time to go get my son. Okay, final result, Ace of Pentacles. So this is the final result of the whole thing. The Ace of Pentacles, which I think it was reversed. I don't remember if it was reversed. Reverse cards have multiple meanings. It could be opposite or could represent other people's feelings. It could be pretty much anything, but I just wrote my notes as I was doing the reading. So, Ace of Pentacles, financial matters on a firm foundation, good prospects for business ventures, offerings of a powerful new beginning, material or practical level, status realize, prospects for new foundations, gift, loan, mortgage, investments, inheritance came up again, starting something new. Success just depends on the amount of work or effort you put into it. It's going to be hard work. So I know you were worried about Nick, and when I was doing the reading, he came up a lot, but in this reading, it feels like there's all these inner emotions and turmoil happening in your life that you're kind of struggling with why you guys are apart. And throughout the whole reading, it's just been a reminder, kind of reminding yourself that you have to focus on the positive and not dwell on the bad, and kind of remind yourself why you're doing this. And this card says that you are in the right place, that you are going to be making enough money to sustain yourself and start a family and that sort of thing. So you just have to keep positive. So the next cards, they're clarification cards. They just touch base on the whole reading. They kind of summarize everything and then could touch base on other things that I might have missed. So the first card that I pulled for you for that is the Four of Rods. There's a reward, rest, giving thanks, following a period of hard work. There's rejoicing, celebration, festivity happening, people coming together, celebration. Honoring achievements. It's important to take time out to relax and show appreciation for all that you've accomplished. And acceptance. You have been working hard, and emotionally, physically, and I know Trader Joe's. I used to work at Trader Joe's, and I know how physically demanding that job is. And there comes a time where you have to focus on your health and your well-being. But it seems like you've accomplished a lot with this. I don't know if you've moved, but that keeps coming up. But it seems like you've accomplished everything that you were set to come out here to do. And you need to recognize that it's time to appreciate your hard work and remind yourself that you're doing this for a reason. The next card is the Nine of Cups. Emotional. So cups is emotional, emotions, emotional and physical pleasure and satisfaction, indulgences, sensual enjoyment, needing to take care of yourself, time for emotional and physical enjoyment, celebration, romantic love, and the water, there's water in the cups, emotional nature, needing excitement, there's a word I chicken scratch, I can't read it. Oh, dreams. Dreams coming true, relationships at the forefront. So yeah, I think that kind of summarized the whole reading. I think it did really well. Let me know how you feel. If it doesn't make sense, I'm going to give you back your money because I hate feeling like I'm ripping people off. So thank you. I hope this makes sense. I'm going to go get my son right now. I am running late. So let me know what you think. Bye!